I'm sorry that it looks like a cluttered mess today, but someone sent me their shears and they want me to evaluate them and look at them and see if they pass the certification to be a certified member of the International Scissor Sharpeners Association. We're going to look at these shears. Even though things are kind of chaotic and it's a mess today and it's the end of the day, I know this person is excited to know whether they pass their certification. And we've been behind because Todd's been here all week and he asks 1,000,001 questions, right, Todd?
Yes, ma'am.
And I have to keep...
Guilty.
Yeah, I have to keep putting them back on. So you may see him in the background and I'm going to get him to look at these shears with me. So, first of all, I send the person a written test. And because Todd has been watching all my videos ad nauseum, you knew all the answers to the test.
Yes, ma'am.
And this person missed 2 questions. They go by, I'm holding this upside down. They go by a number, and this is 314557. And 314557 did miss 2 questions. And no one ever fails this test because they miss questions. I do the written test because it helps me, if the person doesn't pass, kind of have an idea of where their mind is or what maybe they're misunderstanding. So, do you remember the 2 questions they missed, Todd?
Well, I would say, I bet people can guess one of the questions that have been missed. And if so, write it down in the comments and see if you get it right. Take a second, write it in the comments, see which one, because everybody misses the same one.
They do. They
right.
do.
It's
they
always
do.
the same one. So there's that one, and then the other one. Oh boy, I'm old. Yep. So the other one, if you go through her training is excellent, super patient. I cannot tell you how much I have felt lucky to go through the training, but it's very clear in her training the second question that was missed.
And some people I have to be a little bit more patient with than others. Is that right, Todd? And we've had a blast. We've had a blast.
Yeah, very patient.
And Todd is doing so well. In the morning, I have a customer coming in with 3 shears to be sharpened. And I've already told Todd that he's going to do them. And I'm trusting him that he's going to do an excellent job and keep my customer happy. And they won't even, well, I told them that.
You told them.
Yeah,
so
I told
it's
them
even very public.
Yes, yes. So,
unlike talking to millions of people on the internet.
Yeah, yeah. And the other thing Todd has told me, he's been giving, you see him playing with cameras back here, he's been giving me some advice on my YouTube channel. One of them, he says, I need to remind you to subscribe. So I'm doing that, Todd.
Well, that's what I would say is, I found so much value in her videos, right? And it's easy to forget to subscribe. It's easy, everybody says it, but like, if you find value and you want to see, and she's got some great stuff coming out. You've already told me about some of the other stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to travel to California to do an interview with the world's oldest shear sharpener.
Yeah. So, subscribe if you love to see her content, in my opinion.
So, are you ready to know which 2 questions that are missed? It was this one. How large should a burr be? Now, do y'all know what a burr is? You want to explain to them what a burr is? We've been talking, you might see on the board, it says chasing the burr. We talked about chasing the burr.
Mm-hmm. So as you're sharpening, that is putting pressure against the blade, which will push a little bit of metal over. And what you want to do is you want to remove that little bit of metal that gets pushed over the edge so that when it cuts very sharply, right? Is that a fair way to describe it that way? But you only want to do it. Okay,
No, you're doing great. I mean, this is why I'm enjoying having Todd here this week, because he articulates what I try to show you. But he's thinking I need to show you better, right? So we may work on some better camera things. We'll see. Okay, so how large should a burr be? This person said the size of a hair. Sometimes the burr should be bigger, sometimes it should be smaller. It depends on what you need to remove the nicks, right?
Right.
and Todd sharpened a pair of shears that were here today that had a nick in them, and it was a small burr. You were surprised how small the burr could be and still remove the nicks, but sometimes you got to get a bigger burr. And the other one he missed was...
Can I talk about the engineering side of that?
Yes, you go right ahead.
Real quick, just 2 seconds.
No.
If you have a little bit of a nick, you only have to grind a little bit, which is only going to push a little metal. Therefore, your burr, small. Bigger nick, you're having to grind more, which pushes more. Pushes more makes bigger burr. So therefore, the burr is only the size you need to get to remove that nick, which is what, as sharpeners, we do so that they don't... And the reason we remove nicks is when you're cutting, it can grab the hair and it can affect their product when they give their customer. So that's what's important to us. Give a good sharpened product so they're happy with our work.
I'd say I couldn't have said it better, but I really couldn't have said it better. Cutting wet tissue that tears or is ragged when cut most likely indicates the following. The edge is rounded off and not sharp. That's not it. B, the burr is left, which is what he chose, which is the correct answer, but also I said C, nicks are left. And the correct answer is D, which is B and C. So he came close. He had a half right. So we're going to look at these shears, and I have not looked at them. And let's clear a spot here and we'll pull them out.
Can I ask one more question?
You can
see
ask.
how it comes out. One last question is, one of the things I mentioned is she's talked about ride lines before, but on the videos it was hard for me to see versus when I was in person all the detail that she discusses but doesn't. When I was in person I saw what she meant. On the videos I did not. So what I would ask is, if she's mentioned ride lines and you're not 100% sure based off the video what she's talking about, leave a comment. And that way that'll be some good feedback as to if that additional detail in camera work or lenses or whatever turns out to help that would be of value. Fair enough?
Okay. All right, I'm going to let Todd look at these. So this one should be convex, and this one should be bevel. So I'm going to let you look at it and see if the convex is truly convex and the bevel is truly bevel.
I mean, it's convex, but there is, a little bit of you can see the sharpening line.
Yeah.
But
yeah. We're not looking for perfection, but we're looking to see if it is convex. And it is that's what I saw. What about this one? So you see how that edge sort of disappears to nothing. So hand me those, and you see how the bevel actually has a crisp line. You can definitely see it. The bevels are definitely beveled, and the convex is definitely convex. So next we're going to check the cut. So I know you kind of struggle with cutting and pulling your thumb out. I've got another way I'll show you how we can do it. Is that you can lay your shears here on the edge of the table. Put your tissue over it. The idea is that you want to have the least amount of pressure closing it, no side pressure. And then you can close it and lift it straight up.
great idea.
And I'm going to lay this here. And I think this is showing well. Yeah. And closing it like this. And now we're going to wet it. It's water. Oh, you know what? This actually works better, really, if you spray it after you lay it on your shears. But yeah, I kind of did it the awkward way. So, closing it. And this is telling me if there's any burrs or nicks. So that cuts well. And if this cuts hair, we're good to go. So does that work better for you, Todd? Closing them this way?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm double checking that tip. It felt like it was trying to pull. Nope, it's cutting good. I just have to double check this tip, making sure it's not pulling. Nope, no pulling. So let's see how they cut hair. So I'm looking to see whether it pushes the hair, and a slight push is okay. That cuts nice and crisp. I think we've got a winner here. It's getting caught on this string. Nice crisp cut. And just for the fun of it, let's see if this will slide cut. So what I'm doing here, slide cutting, you slowly close the shears as you come down. And you see how it's cutting the hair instead of just ripping it out from up here. So, congratulations, number 314557. You have passed. You're now a lifetime certified member of the International Scissor Sharpeners Association. Now, this person sent me a note and said to send the shears back, and we charge you for sending them back. So, but yeah, you did a great job. He's in Idaho, and his name is Spencer Harger. I don't always give out the names, but when you pass and do that well, congratulations, Spencer. Yay! And I'll be looking for the comments below that Todd suggested. So what's your thoughts about the International Scissor Sharpeners Association? Is this ISSA certification, is it a walk in the park, or is it a little more difficult? Let's see what you can do. If you want to be certified, if you want to join the ISSA, it's for those that are certified. It's more than just a piece of paper. It's more than just an ID card. So links below is going to tell you how to be a part of the ISSA and also to get your swag and your merchandise. If you're ready to take your sharpening skills to the next level, I've got you covered. Whether it's a certification or upgrading your equipment or getting some more sharpening training. That's what we're about. So call the red-headed sharpening lady, Bonnie at Bonika Shears. And remember, stay sharp, my friends.